Hey there, YouTube. Charles T back again. Another PSA reveal. This time, 21 card. It's a bulk order, pre 2000, I think 90 to 97, somewhere in there. So, a little bit tougher, not expecting a lot of tens. PSA is a lot tougher on these cards, so just get into it. First card is not mine, but it's pretty sweet. I thought it looked good. I thought I had an outside shot at a 10, but it's pop 9 or pop 10, something like that. In nines, there are no tens. It's the Pro Star Serial 1991 Gretzky with the thumbs up. If you guys weren't around back then, like I'm sure, there's a lot of collectors. This was out of the Pro Star Serial. They also had a cartoon, had Gretzky, Jordan, and Bo Jackson. Here's the back of it. So Gretzky, you got Bo and Jordan there. Kind of tells you some stuff on it, but really short run for the cartoon. But the cards are pretty awesome. They all have this black border, usually off-centered, but this one is actually my buddy's. So threw it in my order. He only had one card from that era. I was trying to, do the run out to get to the 20 card minimum, so threw it in there for him. All right, that'll be going out today. Back to him. Broke a set of Tiffany a while back, probably about a couple years back actually. Graded the Griffey, graded the Thomas. Griffey got a 9, Thomas got an 8. The Larry Walker got a 10, and those are the only ones I graded. But took a look through again. Thought these had outside shots of 10s. These are tough to grade, any of the 1990s. A little bit easier than the regular set because it's made from different stock. You see, very bright yellow on the back. That's kind of how you can tell it's a Tiffany. There used to be stars on the bottom. You could tell it was a Tiffany. The traded sets are even harder because those traded sets have a bright yellow back, but the base set compared to the Tiffany card is a lot duller on the back. So nice. Nolan Ryan gets the 9. Probably off-centered. That's probably why I got the 9. Nothing wrong with the corners on that one. Check that out under the microscope. George Brett gets the 10. The pops on these are, pretty much under 50, right around 30s for a lot of these guys, but it's probably about $100 card there and a 10. The Dion. Some say this is a rookie, but he actually had a 1989 tops traded. I don't remember what other sets he was in 89. Probably the rookies and Don Russ. I don't think he had a Fleer 89, but nice card here. Gets the 10. That's probably about a $200 card there. The Bernie would have been the biggest card. Not many 10s in these. Gets a 7, and I don't know why. I might crack this out. Corners are great. Centering, I was hoping for a 9, just because of the centering. But everything else in this card is pretty clean. No dent stings. Corners are great. There's the back. But don't know why that's a 9. I've looked this card over again in the holder. Can't see it. I have to crack it out. Maybe they damaged it. Don't know, but I can't see it in the holder. Then the Sosa gets an 8. Still got, the rest of the cards in the set. I'll take a look and see if there's any worth grading. Again, hoping for a 9. Neither centering is off, but, this in a 10 is probably about 100 to 125. But in a 9, it's still, 40, $50. So I'll probably break even because I didn't really pay much on the set and already made the money back on the Griffey, the Walker, and the Thomas. Foot Locker 1991 Slam Fest. If you don't know about this, back in the late 80s, early 90s, Foot Locker put on kind of like its own all-star game, but it was across multiple sports. So you had Bo Jackson, Barry Bonds, some of the track and field guys. I don't recall their names offhand, but they were doing dunk contests, and some of the dunks in there were better than some of the ones you saw in the NBA dunk contest. I know Barry Bonds could really get up. I think Barry Sanders might have been in it as well in one year, but Griffey Jr. Tough card to grade. Top to bottom centering, probably got some of it. You always find these all, dinged up. Back centering probably killed this because it's about 90, 90-10. But, very good condition. It's hard to get even an 8, but they don't sell very well. I think last I saw sold on this is like 20 to 25 bucks, so in an 8. So I'll break even on that. I don't really care. I just like the picture. This one, again, another post serial, another serial card. Very tough to find. Very low pop in a 10. Centering, probably got it, but corners are perfect on this. No scratches, and just survived. I think I paid $1 on eBay probably about 4 or 5 years ago for this. Always thought it looked good. Figured send it in, and got a 9. It's probably a $35 to $40 card in a 9. And then this is a dollar bin find. The Griffey Finest gets the 10. It had the coating on it. The coating had a few scratches, so I peeled that off. But usually underneath, the peel, the surface looks great, so you just got to worry about corners and edges after that. And this card was flawless. So probably about a $50, $60 card in a 10. Next up, bought about 5 complete sets from 1990 Score. Looking for the bows. So 4 of them were gradable. Centering's probably the only issue on these, and they're all pretty much, this one was probably the best out of the bunch. So you can see, that really it's top to bottom centering if you do it that way, but on this side, that centering is just a little bit off. So I figured I'd put the bad ones in the front and then put the 2 better ones in the back. And maybe try and get the 10s, but it didn't work. Don't know what else they saw on these. These in 10s go for roughly about 200 bucks. And even the 9s are still $60 cards. So not going to get killed. I only paid I want to say about 12 bucks a set. So not too bad. Broke some boxes. You guys probably saw those on the channel here. So the 1991 Pro set, looking for the Belichicks. None of the Belichicks were gradable. All had chipping and things like that. These cards, I think they got them because this looks like chipping, but it's not down here. It's just part of the design, so maybe inexperienced grader. But what you got to look for on these is this corner here is always going to show some white. So this one didn't have any of the white, didn't have any of the chipping. So not sure, obviously I think it's inexperienced grader. Same with this. This is a better card to grade because it's got the white there and you can kind of tell it's part of the design. But again, I think they just inexperienced graders, but its cards are clean. An 8 on this one. Centering is probably what did this one in. So you can see that's a little bit higher than the other. So they probably graded them against each other, which they shouldn't do, but it is what it is. So I would say, that should have got a 10, that should have got a 9, but unfortunately, an 8 and a 9. The Barry, love the picture. Probably again the centering. They compared it to this card, so 8 there, but again, no chipping. This one gets a 10, but it's got similar centering, pretty much to the 8. I don't see any difference in centering there, at least not top to bottom. Left to right, this one's probably over more over here. So you can see a bigger gap there. So again, just their opinion. Probably if I crack it and send it in, but don't think I will. This card's about 125 in a 10. 8, might get my money back on it, maybe 20 bucks. So nice card there. Jimmy Johnson looked great. Easier to grade because it's pretty much all white borders there. Just got to worry about that back corner, but this one gets the 10. Probably about a $50 card. The last 2, from some of those sets, this is probably the best Thomas that I saw. A little bit off-centered, not too bad though. It's still probably within 60-40. So I figured I'd send it in. Also needed some cards to round out the order to get to that 20. So it gets the 9 there. And this Bo Jackson gets the 10. It's perfectly centered. Thought it would get a 10, probably about a $40, $50 card. So I got to check to see if I have this already in the 10. If don't, I'll probably keep it. If not, it'll be up on eBay. But if you guys ever want any of these cards, just message me, on the channel, or go to my eBay page, seller name HDA Vegas, or on Mercari. Even better for me, Mercari has no fees right now for sellers. You do pay a buyer's premium on there, so just bid accordingly or make your offers accordingly. All right, guys, that's it. Got probably about 3 or 4 more orders going to pop this week, so I should have more content going out. And catch you on the next one, guys.